Alright guys, what's going on? My name is Patrick, creator of alldayiteats.com, where I share my Japanese recipes, gardening tips, as well as travel tips. Today I am streaming from you live from Tokyo, Japan, in our condo here, and we are going to make Tamago Kakegohan, which is a very Japanese breakfast. Essentially it's raw egg with rice, and you season it with whatever you would like. Some people like to use sesame oil. Some people like to use shoyu, soy sauce. You can also use tsuyu. You can add kimchi. You can add all kinds of different things to it. But today we're going to be keeping it pretty simple. I'm just going to use umeboshi, some natto, which is fermented soybeans, and I think that's about it. And as I guess a little special today, since we're streaming from Japan, I wanted to show you some of the things that I have purchased to take home with me. Excuse me. Yesterday I went shopping at several different antenna shops. So these are shops that are within Tokyo, but they sell regional goods from various locations in Japan. So for example, there's one for Hiroshima, which is in the southern part. There's also one for Okinawa, which is at the very southern tip of Japan. There's also one for Hokkaido, which is in the northernmost part. And the shops that I went to yesterday was, one was for Hiroshima, one was for Yamagata, one was for Fukushima, and I think that was it. Yeah, so I hit up 3 shops and I bought a bunch of stuff, so I'll do a little bit of show and tell in a little bit. But first, we are going to get my breakfast started. So right now, it's a little past 10 in the morning. Let me put my comment up. And I have some rice ready to go. I cooked 1 cup of rice. This is actually rice from, I think this is Yamagata, yeah. Yamagata Ken. So rice, depending on where it's grown, it'll have a different flavor, different texture. So I made sure to stock up, but since it's heavy, I can't bring as much as I'd like to back. So I just bought a few kilos worth. Let's go ahead and serve. So I have 6 raw eggs here. I have my natto and I have some umeboshi or pickled plum. And after we add the rice to the bowl, we're just gonna crack it. So some people like to separate it. You can separate the egg whites from the yolk. Others like to mix the ingredients together. I just throw it all in. And you can actually season the egg. If you want to put a little bit more effort into it, your effort will be rewarded. You can season the egg and you'll season the yolk actually. So you'll separate the egg white from the yolk and you can season the yolk with soy sauce. You could leave it in the fridge overnight, and that'll help to harden it up a little bit. It'll still be raw, but it'll be have a firmer texture, and it'll taste pretty good. So if you ever get around to trying this, I would recommend you give that a shot. And do be aware that these are raw eggs, so there's a risk of salmonella if you're not using clean eggs. So I know that I'm pretty sure that I've seen pasteurized eggs sold in the supermarket before. So if you can get those, I would recommend that you do that. So yeah, oh, it looks like there's a little issue with my live stream. Hopefully you guys are hearing this. Anyways, if you can't hear it, I'm recording it, so I will upload it later after the fact. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and crack this open. Just gonna put 1 egg in here. So here's my egg. Look at that beautiful orange yolk. I don't know if you can see it. I know I have natural light coming from the front and then artificial light in the back. So this egg yolk is super orange and it's gonna taste delicious. There's some hashi here, chopsticks. Oh. They always come with a toothpick. Not always, but sometimes. So that's what just fell out. I'm gonna get some natto ready to go, and also my umeboshi. So I'm actually going to take this back. This is also from Yamagata, and this is the one with shiso. So it's sour and it's got a little bit of that shiso flavor. Uh-oh. Is it sealed? Oh, they have a little flap here. Okay. Nice and plump. Look at the way these look. Almost kind of like a mini peach. There's one of those, and then instead of soy sauce, I'm just going to use the little tare packet that came with the natto, the fermented soybeans, as seasoning. And I may add on furikake in a bit. We'll see how I feel. But this is essentially a how you can make Tamago Kakegohan. Like I said before, there's many different variations. So you can make it however you like. And this is like my mid-morning snack. I kind of woke up late today. Since we're nearing the end of our trip, we have been traveling for about 3 weeks, roughly. And next week we'll be going home. So back to work, back to reality. So if you have been following me on Instagram, you may know some of the places that we have visited include Taipei. We started off in Taipei, and then we flew to Osaka and went directly to Kyoto, spent a few days there, went to Osaka for a few days after that. We went to Koyasan for one night, which is a mountain. It's like a temple area right next to Osaka. It's about 2 hours away by train. Spent a night there, went back to Osaka for a night, and then we went to Kochi Ken, which is in Shikoku, which is one of the southern islands on the east side. So you have Honshu, which is where Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, the big island, and then you have Shikoku, which is underneath that. And it's very rural, but we flew into one of the major cities there, Kochi, it's a pretty developed city, and then we went out into the countryside to spend a few nights and explore. And then after that, what did we do? After that, we came to Tokyo. So that's where we are today. Let me have a bite of this. I'm a little hungry. I only had some bread here. The bread here is my favorite thing. One of my favorite things to eat because they have so many good bakeries here. Delicious. So, I know raw egg isn't really a popular thing in the US, but there's no other texture and flavor like it. So if you do come to Japan, I'm sure you'll get a chance to try it. If you go out to yakiniku, if you go out to like a yakiniku, which is a barbecue meat type of restaurant, they'll serve it there. You may be able to taste it at your hotel if they have it, as well as what else do they serve it with? Yeah, if you go to like a nice restaurant. When we were in Kyoto during our kaiseki meal, one of the last courses is a rice course, and our second kaiseki lunch in Kyoto, they gave us the option to have Tamago Kakegohan, and I obviously, since I like it, I accepted, and it was delicious. Other than that, if you go to a ramen shop, some of the ramen places might crack an egg, or an udon place might crack an egg on it. So yeah, you'll have plenty of opportunities to eat raw egg if you've never had it before. Other than that, let's get to some show and tell. So I will finish eating this after we're done. I'm looking forward to tasting more of this when I get home. It is quite good. So you might wonder, since I cook a lot of Japanese food, what would I bring back home that I would use to cook Japanese food at home? So I have a lot of stuff here to show. So first, let me show you all my miso that I bought. So this is just brown, this is mugi miso. This is made with barley, so it's different. While they have a lot of miso in the US, they don't have the selection that there is in Japan. And obviously they don't have like the different regions and their variations. So this one, where is this from? This is from Nagasaki. So that's in the southern tip of Japan. And what is this one? This is a rice miso, kome miso, and this one is from Nagano. So this one is in the mountains a little bit northwest of Tokyo. So there's two different ones, rice and barley. And then what is this one? This is another rice miso, and this one is from, where is this from? Niigata. So this is on the east side or west side of Japan, a little bit north of Kyoto. And this one is also made from rice. And then this one was pretty unique. I saw this at the supermarket yesterday. And this one is koji miso. So this is the same stuff that I used, the mold that I used to make the shiokoji steak, as well as the shiokoji asparagus. Koji is used to make all kinds of things. And I hadn't seen koji miso before, so I thought I would give it a try. So there's that. I also got a miso from Shimanto-gawa, which was one of the places that we visited in Shikoku. There's a very famous river, and that one's in my suitcase. So that was the fifth pack of miso that I got. Some of the other things, I got more rice. This is from Fukushima, Ken. So Fukushima is in the northern east side of Japan. So this is a 2-kilo bag. And I also got about 4 or 5 kilos worth of rice from Shikoku. That's also in my suitcase. So you can tell I probably bought around 15-ish pounds of rice to take home. And it was so good. Like, I've never had rice that good in a long time. So I made sure that I'd be able to buy some and take some home. Alright. Some other things that I got, honey. This is also from Fukushima. One is from a local flower. Another one is from sakura flowers, the famous cherry blossoms. And then soy sauce. I'm making sure to find some interesting sounding soy sauces. They have a lot of different producers in Japan, and they all taste different. So I'll probably get at least 4 or 5 bottles around this size, not like the big sizes, to take home so that I can enjoy the different flavors of soy sauce. So that's that. Here's another bottle of soy sauce. This is from Hiroshima, and this is actually made with oysters. So they put oysters in this, so it has a little bit of a different flavor. I have had oyster soy sauce before, and it's a little bit lighter in flavor. It's kind of hard to describe, but it tastes different from regular soy sauce. So if you get a chance to try Japanese soy sauce with oyster, give it a shot. You might like it. It's a delicate. I feel like it's a more delicate, less salty, strong flavor than regular shoyu or soy sauce. Okay, and then here I have a bottle or a jar of shiokoji. So, like I mentioned before, I did cook some steak and some vegetables with it. It has a lot of other uses as well. I got a different brand, so I thought I would try this one out. So this is going to be taken home as well. I bought lots of kombu. So kombu, this is from Nagasaki, and this kombu is from, where is this from? This is from Fukushima. So I make lots of dashi at home, and one of the key ingredients is kombu, or kelp. And I got lots of nori. So this is roasted seaweed, which you would use to make sushi. So I don't really eat sushi out, since I always make it at home. It's pretty easy to do, and I will be sharing some videos on how to do that in the future. They do have a decent selection of nori at home, but obviously not as much as here. So I always stock up. It's light, it doesn't cost too much, and it tastes much better than usually what I can get at home. So I bought some nori and dashi packs. While I do make dashi from scratch, I also use these dashi packs because it saves time, and it's not fun to always make dashi from scratch, especially if you're busy or short on time. So I bought a bunch of these different dashi packs, several different brands, and cut wakame, which is seaweed. dried seaweed, so I put this in my miso soup. You can also put it in salads. There's all kinds of different uses for it. And then dried shiitake mushrooms. Shiitake mushrooms are, just like any other mushroom. You can put them in all kinds of different things. And these are actually ones from Fukushima as well. Alright, so more cut wakame, more nori. This is actually cut nori, so momi nori. You can put this on your soups. If you don't have it cut up already, then I usually just cut up my sushi hanen nori, which is just as good, but this one is actually seasoned, so it has a different flavor than this. Usually they season it with soy sauce, so it has a sweet, salty flavor, and it goes perfect with your soba noodles, your udon noodles, or your you can eat it with rice, or you can even eat it with ramen if you want. So that's what that is. And more soy sauce, more mushrooms. These are from Hiroshima, so I got these at the Hiroshima store. And then this soy sauce is also from Hiroshima as well. So 2 soy sauces. I'll probably buy five or more other types. And I bought some pickled fukinoto miso. So this is like a vegetable that's seasoned with miso, and it goes good with rice. Got another dashi pack here. This one has different ingredients than the first one I showed you. And that's pretty much it. So all this stuff is probably going to weigh around 40 pounds-ish, roughly, so it'll get its own suitcase, that's for sure. Like I said, I had other stuff that I got as well that's sitting in my suitcase now, but essentially this is probably what I'm going to get, or this is probably all that I'm going to be bringing home. I don't think I'm going to buy too much more. This should be good to last me at least a good 6 months, I would say. So if you have any questions or comments, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you when I get back, and I will restart my season 2 of live Japanese cooking. I do also plan to release a few travel videos, which I have been working on creating the content for, as well as some more gardening videos on microgreens specifically, and maybe a little bit of hydroponic topics. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and any questions or comments, make sure to leave them below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. See you later.